Hi guys, so as promised, here's the little IGTV for you about periods and practice. So if you're a woman and you practice yoga, you may have questions regarding this. I've spoken to a few of you about it one-to-one, but not really like publicly. So just to clarify, there are myths, there are rules, and everything really should be kind of tailored to how you feel. So the Ashtanga police might tell you not to practice during the first 3 days of your period. Obviously this makes sense because it's when it's the heaviest. I want to remind you that obviously a period is something that's exiting your body. It's going down and it's leaving the body. And this is happening in a place where we work quite deeply as an Ashtanga practitioner with force through our bandhas. So remember that if period is wanting to go down and out, what you're doing as an Ashtanga practitioner is taking that part of the body, contracting it, lifting it upwards, okay, and pulling it upwards through the whole practice. So this might not, it might just not feel good, and it's also not practical, right? So just remember that if you're using your Mula Bandha correctly, what you're doing is picking up the pelvic floor, giving it a squeeze and pulling it up. You're using the pelvic floor, the vaginal walls and the cervix. Okay, the cervix is the trigger point for Mula Bandha. And through your Uddiyana Bandha as well, you're creating heat and fire, pressure in here, which is great for having energy and dynamism, power and stamina for your practice. But not if your body has other ideas, which are natural processes that have to occur once a month. So rather than focusing on tugging and pulling on these muscles through Mula Bandha, I would energetically focus on releasing them and sinking into the sense of Muladhara instead. Okay, this grounding, yielding, softer, almost wiser, more stable energy. Try not to want to harness that energy and pull it around, just kind of let it be. It's a nice time to focus on the hips and the weight of the legs and the ground, the tailbone. And then on the other side of the torso, you have the Ujjayi breathing. Okay, so the Mula Bandha and the Ujjayi breathing are connected through Uddiyana Bandha. Okay, so I want you to see if you can still engage your Ujjayi breathing if you need it as you practice. It's called the psychic breath for a reason. It just spontaneously occurs if you're used to using it to focus. So I want you to know that you can still hear the resonation of the breath. You can still use it to stay in the present moment, but release it from its connection to Uddiyana Bandha, to Mula Bandha. So see if you can actually let your belly flop out. So maybe you're doing a soft practice, maybe you're just doing a standing sequence, maybe you're just doing some yin. Whatever it is, try and keep your belly soft. This is really hard as an Ashtanga practitioner. It's not natural to us. So I remember once at Tri Yoga I was doing a pranayama class with a German teacher who was quite strict, and she kept telling me off because I didn't know how to relax my abdomen during Kapalabhati. So as you inhale there, you're meant to let your belly flop out. I couldn't do it. So have fun with it. Try to, use the breath, but let go of all of this work down here. What else? What's interesting is if you've read the Hatha Yoga scriptures, Bindu is said to be the immortal elixir that sits inside the body, and over time it gradually leaves the body and we decay and age and end up, approaching death. So they're always telling us to preserve Bindu, which in a male practitioner is related to semen. And there are all kinds of weird techniques involving different kriyas and external objects to kind of preserve this esoteric liquid, right? In a female practitioner, it's related to Rajas, the menstruation fluid. And they even recommend for women to, if they want to elongate their life and conquer time and death, to preserve also this fluid. And I'm just bringing it up because I don't want you to be doing this. I don't want you to hold in what should be exiting the body, because this is potentially harmful and toxic, but this does happen. I know people who suffer irregular periods or sporadic periods or small periods because they create too much fire and too much upward draft and actually struggle to release each month. So yeah, don't try to preserve in this way your period inside. Let everything flow and be natural as it is in nature by letting go. Another thing we learn through our practice is to surrender to what is, to not control. So it's okay not to have control so much during your practice and just feel your way around and stay soft. I think that's enough talk about this. Oh yes, if you suffer side effects from your period, cramps, lower back pain, leg pain, headaches, migraines, we all get some of these from time to time, maybe not all of them, but seek out the postures that make you feel okay, that ease those symptoms. Folds like Paschimottanasana are really good for headaches. Anything where the head is down and inward gazing can be really useful to relieve pain in the head, in the neck, in the jaw. Softly twisting, softly side bending the body, perhaps no back bends, but these can be quite nice to relieve the muscles in the lower back. And whatever you do, take your time. Don't be strict. Enjoy whatever comes out and know that every day is going to be different. Enjoy the changes as always. And yeah, I was going to say go with the flow. I did, so. Any questions, let me know. Also, just to tag Ashtangi Hu. So Svetla did an interview about this yesterday, so you can check out that one as well. And happy practice, people. Enjoy your new moon tomorrow.